So we are loading up the trailers and our gear for a trip up to Moab, Utah next week. Ride the Red Rocks up there. And this finally showed up. This is a Polaris Sportsman 3,500-pound winch. And today we are going to show you how to install this on the Scrambler XP 1000S limited edition ATV. Now the good thing about this installation is anybody who has just some basic automotive mechanic knowledge and a basic set of tools can actually do this easily with the instructions that are included in the kit. Now the winch kit comes with the winch itself, obviously. It has an auto stop feature, so when you're reeling it in you can't over tighten it and burn up the motor. It also includes all the wiring that you need to install this winch. It has the relays and everything. It comes with the hardware to install the winch, including zip ties, so you can tie the electrical wires to the frame. And then you also have a handlebar mounted switch to activate the winch, and you have an optional wireless control to activate the winch remotely. Now the first step in this installation is to remove the front hood and disconnect the battery. Now that we've got the hood removed, we're going to disconnect the battery using a 10mm socket with a 1/4-inch wrench. And next we're going to remove the stock front bumper from the Scrambler using a 13mm socket. We've got the bumper removed. We can install the winch using the included 13mm bolts, but first we'll start by cutting some zip ties to free up the wiring harness from the winch. Now make sure you have the winch facing the right direction with the electrical harness facing the right side of the machine, because it is possible to install the winch upside down. You might want to get some help from a friend because the winch is a little heavy. Have them lift it into position while you insert the fasteners into the frame. Yeah, I need it. Now that we've got the winch fastened to the chassis of the Scrambler, we're going to take our torque wrench, set it to 20 foot-pounds, and make sure the fasteners are tight. Now that we've got the power cables coming up alongside the frame here and up to the battery, we're going to take our zip ties and fasten those cables to the frame. The first connector we're going to hook up is the handlebar mounted switch, which goes on the brake side of the handlebars. Now you want to make sure that the letters on the switch are facing upward and that the cable and the connector are facing towards the inside of the handlebars. Make sure you don't over tighten these because the screws are going into plastic. You only want about 2 foot-pounds. Anything more than that you can strip out the threads. Now the next step, you're going to want to consult your manual and the wiring harness diagrams for your specific model. Remember, this covers the Sportsman also. Now the Polaris Scrambler already comes pre-wired for this winch kit, and a lot of the connectors are already in place, so you can just plug them in and go. Once you've made all your factory connections and made sure they're secure, it's time to hook your battery back up. And then we'll test the winch to make sure it works before we put the bumper and the hood back on. Now we've got our battery hooked back up, so I'm going to reach over to the ignition and turn the power on to test out the winch. Take our handlebar mounted switch first. So I push on the out button, the cable should come out. It does. Now we'll bring it back in. So next we're going to test the wireless remote. It has its own out and in switch for the winch, but it also has a power button right here at the bottom. You want to make sure that the power is on. You'll see a red light at the top once it's engaged. I'll push the out button. It should activate the cable. And the in button brings it back in, and it should auto stop, which it does, so you can't over tighten the cable and burn up the motor in the winch. Now that our install is complete, we're ready to hit the red rocks of Moab.